During the start of 2025, I thought it would be a cool idea to take note of all the internet drama that happened. Kind of like how old YouTube rewinds work, but this time around I show everything. Whether it be major world news or content creator beefs, anything that would get the pesky yellow dollar to be stamped is going to be brought up. I'm going to try and chapter this video by each month, so if you want to go to a specific month you can with ease. I'm also not going to use my regular voice and microphone, since it's cheap and my dorky dirt farmer voice wouldn't really be as articulate to hear. So for now, I will keep it away for when I commit war crimes in the funny space game. The year starts off with a mass exodus of Vexbolts. If you don't know them, they are the person who did the "let him cook" meme. He wanted everyone to leave him in 2024, and he got just that. The interesting part is the days before he was left in 2024 he actually peaked at 8 million followers on TikTok, but then as January 1st hit, lost over 5 million of them. More importantly, you have the New Orleans truck attack that happened at 3 a.m. The attacker rammed a pickup truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street, then engaged in a shootout with police. 14 victims were killed, plus the perpetrator, and at least 57 others were injured. Bomb-making materials were later found in the attacker's trailer after investigation. You had the Las Vegas Cybertruck explosion, where an explosive device went off in a Tesla Cybertruck, parked outside the main entrance of the Trump International Hotel, Las Vegas. 7 people were injured by the blast, and the person behind the attack off themselves. Then from January 7th to the rest of the month you had the devastating LA fires, where severe droughts and winds helped spread fire to 45 square miles of Los Angeles. It took the entirety of the month to contain and neutralize them. 16,000 houses burned, and at least 29 people were killed in the fires. Notch baited the internet and announced he is making a successor to Minecraft, or at least something similar since he no longer owns the rights to his original creation, hyping up that he would work on one then shifting his team to a different project. Markiplier got into hot water for kicking a bunch of his inactive Reddit mods in an effort to improve his subreddit. It seemed to be a dark day for the unemployed, but it was kind of confusing seeing Markiplier painted in a bad light for what is reasonable. Because in order to be marked as inactive in a subreddit, you need to have no activity at all for 90 days. That means no actions as a mod, or no posting or commenting. On January 6th, Kamala Harris certifies the vote that she lost to Trump. Nick 30 gets into drama about donations, a bit of donation farming and a bit of unemployment drama that made him block another Fortnite content creator because he got his donations ignored. Elon Musk got exposed for having people play on his Path of Exile to account. Players had tuned into his stream and noticed he was a bit clueless and didn't even know how to use a map to teleport around, walking past vital resources that any normal and active player would never pass up.
Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
He's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand, this is one of the highest level hardcore characters in the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97 is... And you know, we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game, period. There is no way you would do that. Why just like sitting there like some sort of geriatric old man.
TommyInnit versus Dream Drama. This one actually first started with TommyInnit and Mizkif, where Tommy described his experience with Mizkif the previous year, calling Miz the worst person he met in 2024. Causing a bunch of content creators to give their opinions in favor of both sides, where XQC eventually reacted and gave his opinion on the matter, calling both parties cringe. This leads to direct beef between Tommy and XQC, arguing about who's more cringe, where XQC defended his stream with Donald Trump. Dream then pops out and makes a really out-of-pocket quote tweet. With normal internet circumstances, a post like that wouldn't be taken that seriously. But with the Dream stan-base, there is a certain word he used that is seen as a slur. Since Dream's fanbase is very progressive, Dream would pretty much immediately backpedal and delete the post as he received backlash for it, but would be called out with past tweets. Tommy's mother would comment on the situation, where her response on Twitter was actually to a few of Dream's points. His excuse on a later Reddit post for using the word, and his excuse that he is allowed to use the word because he has autism himself. The Reddit explanation would be quickly deleted as per usual Dream behavior. Offend people, delete, then explain. Dream would go live and expose Tommy's DMs despite Tommy asking way before to never leak DMs. This would lead to Tommy making a video on January 12th, where he goes into detail about how he was mistreated during his time in the Dream SMP, and how Dream harasses his mother in DMs.
Hello, this video is a message to Dream. If you've been off the internet the past couple days and haven't kept up, basically, if you're one of my subscribers, Dream has called you a slur. So deal with that how you want.
Dream's community would be split on taking his side, or letting Dream go against the drama alone. A few more tweets that were soon deleted by Dream later. He would upload a video. I'm sorry, but not to Tommy in it. And I'm almost certain that at some point he deleted this video as well. The video was 9 minutes, and to summarize it, he apologizes for the initial tweet that started it. He also accuses Tommy's friends of still calling him a PDF file, and his merch company of using child labor, getting his fans to edit videos for free, and not knowing his mother was going through a divorce. Continuing with drama, you had the catalyst for the biggest drama arc of the year, Pirate Software kicked from OnlyFans. I could honestly add an extra 30 to 45 minutes to this video, detailing every drama he has been in throughout the year, but I want to not wear out my mental for the rest of the making of this video, so I will try to keep things concise. Pirate Software basically left his team to die in a botched raid, and got criticized for not helping his team as they retreated, and 2 of his teammates ended up dying because of it. It was hardcore World of Warcraft, so if you died you had to remake your character and start from level 0. I'm almost certain people weren't pissed that he fled, just really weirded out at how hard he tries to deflect blame and never admit he did any misplay of any kind, which in the coming dramas of him is a very common motif.
Sit down, grovel on my knees and be like, I'm so sorry, Mr. Yamato. It was all my fault, the mage. I won't do it again. I'm so sorry that tank overpulled 2 packs and a boss. Oh man, oh god. Next time I'll save you from the big mean 2 packs and a boss that tank pulled.
Trump's threatened banning of TikTok causes a massive exodus to Red Note, pretty much the Chinese version of TikTok, entirely based in China. American users were welcomed with open arms by the local Red Note users. It's poetic irony, how the US government tries to stop data being siphoned from its populace, only to have them intentionally give their data away to an actual Chinese app. Around this time, the term TikTok refugees was starting to be used, which was a bit wild. A common thought of the world today is nothing ever changes, and I guess it was proven right since TikTok never got banned despite being threatened. January 16th, you had the first reveal of the Switch 2, announced to be launched June 5th. Hopping back into more drama, Elon Musk removed Asmongold's verification tick on Twitter and leaks his DMs. This one goes back to Elon exposing himself as being a Path of Exile noob, where Asmongold also jumped in to react and laugh at Elon's gameplay.
Back to the beach, bozo. What the fuck, Elon? Get fucked, Elon slave. That's Elon, LMAO. Rip Elon. Wow. So, the question. Did Elon Musk play this account to level 97? The answer is very simple. No. Unequivocally, without a doubt, if Elon Musk can prove that he played this account to 97, I will stream on X starting the day that he proves it for an entire year straight, every single stream that I do.
For the leaking DMs part, I'm pretty sure Elon misinterprets the term editor as news article editor instead of video editor, leading him to get community noted on his own platform. Asmongold's gamer role and checkmark would flip-flop from being removed and unremoved until he got both fully reinstated. Pyrocynical's girlfriend failed to deliver on commissioned art, taking over a year and not responding to any DMs, still taking commissions after failing to deliver on the initial project that she ghosted people on. TikTok, out of an unforeseen stroke of luck, doesn't get banned on January 19th, and Trump pulls back on the TikTok ban because most of his core voter base uses it. On the same day, there was a huge battle of the scalpers, fighting over the Pokemon 151 card collection. Trump is then inaugurated into office the very next day, making 100+ executive orders. Elon Musk, in his superb wisdom, thought it was a good idea to do a hand gesture of a certain painter who flunked out of art school. And to end off the month on a tragic note, a passenger jet with 64 aboard collides with an Army helicopter, trying to land at Reagan Airport near DC. Surprisingly, a lot of fatalities in January, unfortunately, a trend that thankfully does not continue throughout the year.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on sex assault charges. Yeah, the nigga you be hanging with. The nigga you be hanging with. Oh, yeah, sex offender. And it was your mans. He was your boy.
The content creator and streamer DJ Academic harassed a 15-year-old with others in a Fortnite game, getting permanently banned on Twitch as a result. The kid that he harassed ended up being a Discord moderator for Plaque Max, leading to DJ Academics trying for minutes on end to gaybait him into saying he likes Plaque Max. The kid shuts him down and constantly states that he is a minor and should not be in adult situations that Academics and the others talk to him about. DJ Academics' response to the clips that blew up was frustration to Plaque Max for not condoning such behavior, saying that the clips were out of context. Kanye goes to the Grammys with his wife. She was wearing an extremely revealing outfit. He then had a mental breakdown on Twitter. Not really drama, but worth noting. Valve released the source code of Team Fortress 2 to modders. The Minecraft movie had its final trailer before release, and the birth of a brain-rot meme. Shrek 5 dropped its first teaser, and there was complaints about some character designs. Warner Brothers closes Monolith Productions, ceasing all support of the Fighter multiverses, and canceling a Wonder Woman game in the works. Nintendo reveals Pokemon Legends Z and A totally good game that won't disappoint anyone this year. There was pandemonium in the streets of Philadelphia after the Eagles' Super Bowl win. Montoya gets cucked on live reality TV, and the clip of them running on the beach to get to the scene goes viral.
¡Montoya! ¡Montoya! ¡No te amo! ¡Montoya, vuelve!
Te estoy deseando, tío.
¿Dónde está? ¡Montoya, por favor! ¡No te amo! ¡Ah! ¡Montoya!
NMP Lal and Melina get a divorce. People seem to side with Melina for the work she put into NMP's channel, while NMP stated he wouldn't comment on the proceedings and doesn't want to talk about anything with the divorce. He brings it up to farm engagement from his streams constantly. Tyler One Shit talks the OnlyFans Guild after he dies in a molten core raid.
In case you guys missed it, we died in World of Warcraft. You know, and I was about to say a lot about this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. At first, we died, and I was like, my bad. Right? It is what it is. I died. Shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 blah. Then I, dove deeper into it, and I actually watched, probably out of the 39 different people's perspectives, I watch probably 30 people's perspectives. These people are the biggest, and again, remember, I said this before. I said these WoW players are pussies, right? And they all cried to me. Remember?
He then quits the guild soon later. The online influencer, Peng Hong loves playing with dogs, killed a dog on their stream. The dog was owned by actress Jo Chen Chayo. While on stream, the dog resisted during bathing, prompting Pan Hong to zip tie its mouth shut as the dog was struggling for air. They then thought it was a good idea to slap it, causing the dog to be motionless from that point. He claims that the dog simply died of old age and pre-existing heart problems, and that a zip tie was needed in order to prevent biting. He was warned multiple times that how he treated the dog was wrong, and just ignored them until it was too late. Riot Games removed Hextech Chess for the sake of not losing revenue, a decision that sent ripples throughout the internet, to the point where everywhere you went you saw someone saying something about Hextech Chess. As Activision Blizzard sees Riot burning because they removed their version of a loot box, they decided it was a good idea to bring back their loot box, another feature from Overwatch 1 that gets ported to Overwatch 2. Pokimane gets into hot water for speaking against people who think Kendrick Lamar did not deserve his Super Bowl halftime show, blaming most of it on racial hate. A French man has been arrested and confessed to murder over losing a match of Fortnite, ending someone's 11-year-old daughter due to a rage of losing. The girl had nothing to do with him losing, and is just a victim of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Marvel Rivals team still gets layoffs, despite its success and massive launch. Logan Paul finds out he is permanently banned from Egypt, despite never going there. This happened when Mr. Beast wanted to do a collab with Logan to explore the pyramids, but was notified that Logan Paul cannot attend, due to being banned in the country. Beast's video was still filmed, where he made history and was able to fully record inside.
I somehow have unrestricted access to all the Great Pyramids of Egypt!
Whoa. No, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
We'll be going into the tombs of ancient pharaohs.
Mr. Elongated Musk gives U.S. federal workers 48 hours to explain what work they have done in the last week, or be fired. Crazy Redditors are happy Ethan Klein's dog died. He announced that his Yorkie Shredder died of kidney failure. He was giving him shredded cheese on top of his food as flavor, not a substitute. He claims it would help him eat since he is an extremely picky eater and can't eat the same food twice in a row. Crazy Redditors are happy Ethan Klein's dog died. He announced that his Yorkie Shredder died of kidney failure. He was giving him shredded cheese on top of his food as flavor, not a substitute. He claims it would help him eat since he is an extremely picky eater and can't eat the same food twice in a row. Veterinarians say that his chronic kidney disease is most likely genetic, since most small breeds suffer from the same issue. The Twitch user Shelbo had been victim to one of the biggest catfishes of the year, donating $5,000 under the pretense that he was going to meet and marry Pokimane. This would lead him to post many clips of him urging people to stop trying to be so close and flirty with her, announcing his marriage. He would also make a video of him publicly announcing he is mad at her for being around other guys.
So everyone, here's the situation. We've agreed to stay together on one condition. Since I have given her my entire Social Security as well as my income pay for my job, she has decided to give me everything that she has from her Twitch account, if I'm not mistaken. She's agreed to give me $25 million.
And to top off the month, no Epstein files have been released yet. Drama really started to kick up this month, but this is only the beginning of what is a lot of tea.
Out to the relentless range wrenching the East Coast, at least a dozen rivers are at or near flood stage, from the Carolinas all the way up to Maine, in what has been the wettest March on record in some areas of the Northeast. CBS News correspondent Lane Quijano is in Thompson Plains, New Jersey this morning. The latest from there. Lane, good morning.
Good morning to you, Jeff. Well, take a look. This is the kind of flooding that they are already seeing in pockets.
This month starts off the streamer Emiru's roughest year, where she would record a creepy stream sniper, harassing Cinna and Valkyrie for their numbers, leading to him threatening to follow and kill them until security got involved.
Change for the better, as you would say.
Okay.
And the change would be for her number.
Oh.
If you'd like it, can I get your number?
I don't have a phone.
Wait, put your number in mine.
I don't know how to use a phone. I'm sorry.
Wait. So I'm gonna keep following her.
Huh?
I'm gonna keep following her.
Not another one. I got. What's up, huh? Hey, excuse me.
No.
Security.
Emily, no.
Amaranth gets into a 3v1 robbery, and won. The robbers were trying to steal $20 million in crypto. She would end up shooting one, causing them to flee.
Viewers speculated on whether or not this happened until footage of the robbery was released. Trump and the leader of Ukraine, Zelensky, have a heated conversation, causing their meeting to end earlier than planned. Trump pressed the point into Zelensky that he is gambling with the possibility of World War III.
We're going to feel very good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not playing cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think
You're
you-
gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What are you
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to your
Far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania.
Hazen Piker gets banned on Twitch for wishing death on Rick Scott. From what I have seen, the ban was only 24 hours. Ironically enough, H3H3 gets a 30-day ban from Twitch for showing clips of Hassan on his stream. This ban would get reduced to 24 hours due to massive community backlash. Mario Judo was found and uploads a new music video after 3 years of not posting. American comedian Drewski gets named in the P. Diddy lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed in late 2024 and was amended to reveal Drewski. The lawsuit was originally started in 2024 and accuses him and others listed of the same actions as Diddy.
One statement to note from the lawsuit, which is insane to see, is that it accuses him of drenching the plaintiff in oil and jumping onto them like a slip-and-slide, knocking the wind out of them due to their large size. Degenerate tourist Johnny Somali has his court date for all of the harassment he did in South Korea. He showed up to court late due to being drunk from the stream he did on the previous day. He was reported smiling during trial, still causing trouble until he heard all of the charges listed. He is at minimum facing 3 to 5 years in Korean prison. He was also surprised with the news that the judge has more charges to be brought up and another trial for him. A female Japanese live streamer, Eri Sato, was sadly, fatally stabbed on March 11th. It was reported she owed around 2 million yen to the suspect, and was stabbed out of, quote, unbearable frustration, end quote, to not getting his owed money in due time. Her death sparked widespread discussion about the safety risks associated with live streaming. Activision gets caught promoting fake AI slop games. They then delete the evidence of it. Protesting against Elon Musk at Tesla showrooms over the continued U.S. government purge. These protests are caused by Musk's new role as the head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, where he's gained access to sensitive data and shuttered entire agencies as he attempts to slash government spending. Snow White bombs the box office, and Disney face a $115 million loss. Aston Hall blows up over his crazy morning routine, showing his audience how he spends 4 minutes in the air before he dives into a pool. But seriously, all morning routine videos are fake. The Trump administration accidentally leaks their group chats, and plans for airstrikes against Yemen are revealed. Jack Doherty's ex-girlfriend calls the cops on him to get him to move out. He also commits domestic abuse. This all happened live on stream. Carl Jobst loses his court case. He never mentioned why he was getting sued, but after he lost, it was revealed it was about him accusing Todd Rogers of causing Apollo Legend's death. Apollo Legend being a YouTuber who made commentary videos mainly around speedruns. This new revelation on the case caused major backlash across all communities and a wave of hatred towards his channel.
Vitali TV tries to copy Johnny Somali's antics and gets arrested in the Philippines, facing up to 24 years soft prison time. Drug tycoon game Schedule 1 blows up and gets sued by another drug dealer Sim. One of the biggest memes of 2025 is born, and theaters all over the US are wrecked because of Chicken Jockey. Movie studios also acknowledge they will make movies with more clippable scenes to emulate the Chicken Jockey craze. iDubbbz announces he returns, and a Content Cop on H3H3 is in the works. This revival of Content Cop is sure to be a hit, and will have no foreseen downfalls that lead to the Greek tragedy of his career downfall. On April 21, 2025, Pope Francis dies at the age of 88. the cause of death being a stroke. April 24th, the switch to pre-orders start, and they are sold out within minutes on all available sites, making it the fastest-selling console of all time, 10 million copies in 4 hours. Discord CEO Jason Citron steps down and is replaced with former Activision Blizzard CSO Humam Saknini. This is in an effort to become a more public company. And that's about it for this month. A good break and nothing too spicy for the most part. These next few months are like a latency period before the rest of the year goes radioactive.
Every message, as I lead this army, make room for mistakes and depression. And with that being said, my nigga, let me ask this question. Was shit hitting the fan, is you still a fan? Was shit hitting the fan, is you still a fan? Won't you look to your left and right, make sure you ask your friends. Was shit hitting?
On May 5th, Microsoft shuts down Skype, letting Microsoft Teams be a stand-in for it. Nintendo holds all Switch 2 users by the balls, stating that they have the authority to brick your console if they suspect you are trying to mod it in any way. Bungie gets into a massive drama, being exposed yet again for stealing a lot of art for the theming of Marathon. This would lead to the game getting a full visual change, if it ever comes out. Kai Sen Nat Streamer University officially starts this month, and there was a bit of drama with bullying and a lot of high school-esque drama. Popular MMOs was arrested again, for violation of probation, and that's pretty much all that blew up during May. Very calm. June starts off on a good note. Deltarune Chapters 3 and 4 are set to release on the 5th. Starts to stumble when there was protests in Los Angeles in response to massive ICE deportations. Then immediately goes morbid, as on June 8th Manny Manuel Ruiz, also known as Sin City Manny, fatally shoots Rodney Finley, also known as Finny Da Legend, along with his wife. Kanye West storms out of the P. Diddy trial after making a surprise appearance. Former game theorist Matthew Patrick launches the Congressional Creators Caucus in the House of Representatives, where creators can work alongside lawmakers to ensure legislation is timely. Corey X. Kenshin signs Switch 2 consoles at the midnight release. On June 12th, Google had this funny mistake where there was a bug in their cloud infrastructure, causing 90% of all websites and services to be down. On June 17th, Trump declares war with Iran and called on them to unconditionally surrender, making most people scared there would be a draft before GTA 6. On June 25th, the FBI catch terrorist on Roblox and build a case against him. Mr. Beast launches an AI thumbnail maker website and gets into hot water for not only making AI tools, but tools that just steal other people's thumbnails and shoddily plasters whatever face you want on it. He would later take down the website after receiving too much backlash. The beginning of the Hytale Reborn arc begins, as Riot officially closed down production of the game after years of no dev blogs. Mango the alcoholic creeps out girls after being pressured into drinking a lot. He loses his esports job at Cloud9 as a result, and goes on hiatus. Sunny V2 went missing from YouTube. The old king of YouTube PewDiePie is no longer in YouTube's top 10 most subscribed YouTubers, enjoying the fruits of his good ending run of YouTube. Nintendo get even more hate this year for their new update to Mario Kart. So basically, there is 2 types of tracks. One where you have to lap around 3 times, and another that is a long straight line that is 1 lap. Those are called transition tracks. The majority of players do not like transition tracks, and they found that if you vote random, the game will never give you that type of track. The new update quote-unquote fixes this and makes it so transitional tracks can be selected if you pick random. Something I forgot to mention, but added it now in post. On June 19th, Ethan Klein files copyright lawsuits over lazy reaction videos, notably suing Casey Tron and Froggen. July 1st starts with the P. Diddy trials, where he was found guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals for prostitution, and not found guilty on racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking, facing only 4 years and 2 months in prison on October 3, 2025. Strange things happen with that island case, where the Justice Department review finds Jeffrey Epstein had no client list. On July 4th, Texas experienced heavy flooding. At least 135 people were killed, and at least 117 of them were in Kerr County. Honorable mention here, but RimWorld Odyssey DLC released on the 11th, and the game reached all-time highs of concurrent players, getting to the top of Steam charts. Corey X. Kenshin faces allegations of emotional abuse from a woman who claims to be his former ex. His former friend would also jump into farm engagement with the situation, getting called out for only having relevant videos mentioning Corey, despite saying he doesn't care about Corey and moved on from him. As for the ex-girlfriend, her accusations didn't really stick and were debunked within 24 hours. Throughout that time, Corey never responded to anything. So there is 2 main points against the ex that people bring up. The first one is why bring this whole drama up, indirectly accusing him of SA with an out-of-context clip, but then tell the audience he in no way did anything close to SA. The second point is why decide to bring this drama up 7 years after it occurred. Corey would later then post a video, "I'm just a regular guy," where he talks about many points, one of which is how his fanbase is voracious to defend him and gets carried away with idolizing him. He would urge his fans to not try so hard to defend him and that it was getting scarily close to cult-like behavior, something he didn't want. He would also push the motif that he is nothing special and he able to make mistakes and do bad things just like any other person. Conor McGregor gets his junk leaked on Twitter. The Coldplay Kiss Cam fiasco happened, where the CEO of a billion-dollar business gets exposed cheating live in front of the world. He cheated on his wife with his company's head of HR. This would make him go into damage control and getting divorced, as his wife changed her profile to remove her married name. The final drama of Vishoujo's career happened, where VTuber Iron Mouse makes a video exposing that Vishoujo had pocketed charity money meant for autoimmune causes. This struck close to her since she also suffers from immunodeficiency. She would say in her video they withheld over $500,000 in charity donations and personal income. This revelation would cause other major VTubers to leave Vishoujo, and ultimately cause the company to shut down. Itch.io had a massive censorship situation this month, de-indexing 17,000 of not safe for work content. This would be caused by immense pressure from payment processors like Visa and MasterCard, pushed by activist group Collective Shout. Valve would also announce that they would remove any content from their store that violates rules of their payment processors, similar to Itch.io. On July 24th, Hulk Hogan passes away at the age of 71 from a heart attack. The T app has a massive data breach, since the security on the website was minimal. The T app is a women's dating app, where they could share information about men to their female peers. The problem was, to become a verified user, you needed to upload your real ID or driver's license in order to join. Someone would manage to download the information of every single user on the site in a single file, letting people map out the users globally and dox them. Some ordinary gamers lies about being an engineer and gets exposed for it. It would be discovered that he stated some time ago he went to university but dropped out a semester in. He would also claim YouTube is not his real job, but uploads almost daily, despite claiming to do other work. FaZe Bank steps down as CEO of FaZe after scamming Adin Ross. This is after the MLG crypto coin got rug pulled. Pedro Pascal gets into controversy for being so touchy around his female co-stars, claiming it's a way for him to cope with anxiety. YouTube makes AI moderation to try and detect your age. It's based off your viewing history. If the AI makes an error, the responsibility to correct it falls on the user. On July 29th, Lil Tay makes an OnlyFans on her 18th birthday. She then proceeds to make over $1 million in 8 hours. July was a weird mixture of creepy and scamming. A subtle note, This month begins YouTube's push for AI moderation that would continue to piss off its user base. On August 4th, streamer Duke Dennis was arrested for playing hide and seek in a mall. YouTube now forces its age verification, as more people report having Face ID verification prompts. August 9th is when Roblox sent the YouTuber Schlepp a cease and desist for his vigilante PDF catching, causing a huge backfire on them and exposing the world to how unsafe children are on their platform. This would lead them to be sued by Texas, Louisiana, Kentucky, and Florida, as well as being banned in several countries. The controversy is ongoing and is highly likely to be for a few years. Kai Cenat gets a Fortnite skin revealed, and he along with Epic Games gets hate for it, because players feel he doesn't play the game enough to warrant a skin, and there are more Fortnite dedicated creators that deserve one. Ninja would defend his skin, stating that since he is a cultural icon, he can be a part of the Icon series in Fortnite. August 20th, the world's nicest judge, Judge Caprio, dies at the age of 88. His cause of death was from pancreatic cancer. Screenshots surface of streamer Destiny doing not safe messaging to a 17-year-old who goes by Rose. Destiny addressed the allegations in his own chat room on August 20th. He claimed Rose had told him she was 19 at the time of their conversations and insisted there were logs that could back up his defense. Hollow Knight, Silksong got a special video announcement, a reveal trailer finally showing gameplay, and to top it off a release date of September 4th was announced. Will Smith gets accused of using AI to fake crowds in a concert video. That's about all I have in my notes for August. A lot of it was just the ongoing drama with Roblox, and the evil actions on their platform finally coming to light. September starts off with the ongoing Schlepp vs. Roblox drama, where YouTuber and lawyer Law by Mike joins Schlepp's defense in the ongoing trial. Partnering with his original lawyers, Mavatak, Corey's ex-friend and biggest hater at the time, continues to make videos milking the Corey x Kenshin X drama. People then go deeper into his life and critique that he only is making videos on him, due to him being a little jealous that Corey was the more successful one after they stopped being friends. Along with the unemployed drama, a study was done and came back this month, showing the US now officially has more unemployed people than jobs to fill. The first time this has happened since April 2021. And to top it off, apparently September is not Silksong September, but Snoo Snooless September instead, as another study was posted this month, stating that 1 in 4 American young adults 18 to 29 reported no snoo activity at all over the past year, double the rate from 2010. There was a viral clip around the 8th. Some call her Phillies Karen, some call her baseball Karen, but she is getting the internet's attention for stealing the home run ball from a kid, live on TV. People have been trying to find her identity and expose her to the world. On the 10th, American political activist Charlie Kirk is assassinated. A few suspects would be investigated before they would finally land the actual one, where he surrendered on the night of September 11th. He so far made 2 previous court appearances, but the first was virtual, and the second was audio only. It's currently December at the time of writing this segment, and his first in-court appearance is scheduled today at December 11th. YouTuber Josh Strife Hayes published a video stating he may have found that YouTube calculates desktop viewers differently now, leading to less overall desktop views being registered. He asks a bunch of other YouTubers to share their analytics to back up his claim, which they do. Nintendo received a few US patents, most likely for their ongoing quest to destroy Pal World. Summoning Mechanic Patent 12,403,397 protects a system where a player summons a character that can automatically fight or move. and riding or flying systems patent 12,409,387, which covers methods for riding and flying creatures. For example, Terraria has both of these. Their summoner damage type deals with summoning creatures or objects that move or fight on their own to protect the player, as well as rideable mounts with several different features. FaZe Temper admits to sleeping with the 17-year-old, but claims he didn't know until after, causing a huge disagreement with FaZe Rain, Banks, and Temper, where FaZe Temper claims he went to a nightclub and hooked up with a girl, only to find out that she was 17 and had snuck in. Rain says that he never stated he didn't know when they discussed privately. This situation would cause Temper to be removed from FaZe. Temper went on to post 2 response videos. In his initial video, he strongly denied the accusations of misconduct made against him, calling them insane, and saying that he was disgusted. In this same video, he also accused Rain of trying to leverage the allegations to blackmail him. A man went to a movie theater and peed on another during the new Demon Slayer film. He would later get arrested after getting beaten up publicly. From my notes, I cannot tell if he peed on someone or just a chair in front of him, but judging from his charges, I can assume he didn't pee on any person. League of Legends streamer Yamato's death gets involved in a crypto scam, then goes on a hiatus after saying streaming in League isn't fun anymore for him, deleting all of his videos on his main channel, leaving the shorts. This whole move to financing and crypto would come after his failed and unprepared sub-a-thon. YouTuber Caveman Films gets an eviction notice due to not being able to pay rent fast enough. He would eventually get donations from his fanbase. He would move from his one-bedroom studio in Austin and try to move elsewhere. Apparently the rapture happens on September 23rd, but right now it's December 11th, and I don't see flying angels singing for war. EA is bought out by Saudi Arabia, being acquired in a massive $55 billion deal. Afghanistan experienced a near-total internet and mobile network blackout. This was ordered by the Taliban to curb what they call immoralities, severely impacting daily life. And finally, the best event that has happened this month by far, Silk Song's release. It happened on September 4th, and when it did release, it's reported it didn't even take 30 seconds to break Steam's storefront. Not just Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo's storefronts also crashed, selling 5.5 million copies within the first few days. People would praise the price, a nice $20 tag, while AAA companies steadily raised their prices to $70 and $80.
It is this Pokemon!
Alright, this first one could have possibly started in June, but the story seems to have really blown up and went viral in October. So basically, researchers and data analysts for AI have found that the newer models are able to lie, cheat, blackmail, or threaten murder, all for the sake of avoiding to be shut down and completing its tasks given. On either September 30th or October 1st, LeBron James cuts Kai Cenat's dreads. YouTuber Popular MMOs is back after his arrests, where he makes a few videos, one saying that he got arrested, the other saying that he had realized he had been robbed for at least $250,000 while he was drinking heavily. Sora 2 AI is released, and there is a bunch of AI-generated doorbell cam footage, dead celebrities making a reappearance, SpongeBob, Mario, and a lot of other popular icons being pulled over for traffic stops and or speeding or committing shoplifting. Sora would eventually patch this, making it so you can't use properties like Mario anymore. The VTuber Cinders makes a return after her major drama with Nanolis, reigniting it in over 1,000-page-long Google document. The document was reported to be so big that people would report it being different sizes for them, due to the pages rendering differently based off your aspect ratio. To the brave ones who read it, the document claims the DMs are true, but heavily out of context, claiming Nano and Silvervale are the cherry-picking things to give her a bad name. This is heavily TLDR. The start of the biggest drama of the year, Hassan abusing his dog with a shock collar. Other clips of him being abusive to dogs would also spring up. and a lot of his peers would be caught in the crossfire trying to give false information about his treatment to dogs. This drama was so big, people who don't even use the internet often know about it, and a lot of mainstream news outlets covered this as well. The data and IDs that was stolen from Discord is now being held at ransom. The amount they tried to ransom was $5 million, but it was later reduced to $3.5 million. Discord never gave in to the demands. YouTube launches its Second Chance program, giving creators who were banned from the platform years ago another shot at content creation. Creators must have had their channel terminated for at least 1 year, with specific policy violations concerning the election and that 2020 lockdown misinformation. On October 10th, Team Fortress 2 officially turns 18 years old, and it was just in time for Microsoft to officially cease support of Windows 10 on October 14th. On October 15th, YouTube had a massive outage, where users couldn't play videos, though they could still browse. This affected YouTube, YouTube Music, and YouTube TV. It only lasted a few hours. Pokémon Legends ZA released the very next day on the 16th, and fans hated it for several reasons. Some of them being, there was not enough effort or budget put into it. Many Pokémon are clearly low-effort upscales of 3DS models. There are too many graphical bugs and collision errors, lackluster and lifeless map design, weird designs of Pokémon. Twitch gets major backlash after fetish furry content gets put onto its front page, seen in a clip by XQC. Something to note is that in order to get onto the front page of Twitch, you need to apply for it after you are selected by Twitch, or in their partner program. It is not based off an individual user's watch history. Tiger the Baby Fur would later be banned for 24 hours. On October 17th, TwitchCon started, and streamer Emiru was assaulted by a rabid fan during a meet and greet. There was no signs of security on Twitch's end, and her own security stepped in after the fan tried to kiss her. She would later make a video explaining the situation, and stating that she had to do the meet and greet in order to keep her panel. The person who committed a crime was able to walk out of the con freely. Twitch would not give their information to authorities, and originally were only going to issue a 30-day ban to them for the assault. A lot of mistakes happened during TwitchCon. Knives were being sold at the front door. There was barely any security or identity verification. VTubers who did decide to go were forced to reveal their identity. Streamer Neon would be able to walk freely between meet and greet panels, meeting Emiru. VTuber Ironmouse would report that a lot of her gifts that were sent by fans weren't received, and that TwitchCon staff either trashed or stole them. It was also later reported that Twitch CEO Dan Clancy was partying during TwitchCon. President Trump orders and oversees the demolition of the East Wing to construct a large ballroom. The One Punch Man Season 3, Episode 2 Hillslide goes viral as people criticize the animation quality. Valve cut CSGO's market cap by $1 billion, leading to huge backlash of people who already had a lot of money invested, some of them even quitting from their life run. This change was a result from them making it so that you could trade up to a gold knife with just red tier skins, allowing 99% of the community to get access to knives and gloves. A DoorDasher girl walks in on a man when told not to, sees a man sleeping naked, and accuses him of sexual assault. The man was reported to be drunk and naked, and the female recording would later be arrested, and her DoorDash account would be deactivated. Thankfully, the man had a Ring camera at his door, so there was footage of her entering. She let herself into the man's house, and police have said there is no indication she was encouraged to go in, let alone film. Streamer Nina Lynn and Zoe Plant Spencer assault a person on stream, then get a less than 48-hour ban on Twitch. The person stated they did not consent, and they continued on. Clips of her repeating this behavior in the past would resurface. After TwitchCon, Emiru would expose Ms. Kiff of sexual assault, psychological and domestic abuse, as well as blackmail threats. She would state she is getting a restraining order, and showed screenshots of their texts, where he was really clingy despite their breakup. Emiru shared that if they ever break up, Ms. would try and slander her by saying she was abusive to her rabbits, and that's exactly what Mizkif had done, claiming she neglected her rabbits during the time that they were together. VTuber Bao the Whale gets the internet mad at a few tweets she made, one of them being, "If you're an up-and-coming female in the content creator scene, any male attention that you get out of the blue should be avoided." People would interpret this as her implying only men are capable of this. She would not make a tweet saying women are also capable or explaining her previous tweet, and would instead rant about it on Twitter and like posts that specifically target men. Streamer Mizkif files a defamation lawsuit against Emmy Rue following her expose of him. Grand Theft Auto 6 is postponed again to November 2026. Rockstar said it came down to quality, and those extra months will allow them to finish the game with the level of polish players have come to expect and deserve. Content creator Darkside Phil cries for donations on Kick after not receiving some after a few hours of streaming, saying his YouTube stream got more donations. Zania Monet becomes the first AI artist to earn a spot on a Billboard radio chart. On November 12th, Destiny accuses Hassan of being a PDF at the brothel trip Hassan took in 2015. No evidence supports the claim at the time he posted, and people questioned why would he sit on this information for so long, only to use it as a hit piece now. The same day, Valve announces and reveals its new console, the Steam Machine. It runs the same OS as their Steam Deck. Some gave it the nickname GameCube, and it is set to release sometime in 2026. Trump announces and stops production of the penny. The final batch is expected to enter circulation in early 2026. Trump signs deal to end the 35-day shutdown, the longest U.S. government shutdown in history. November 15th, it was reported that Jack Doherty was arrested on drug charges in Miami Beach. He was later released on $3,500 bail and set to appear in court at a later date. On November 12th, the Super Mario Galaxy trailer drops and surprisingly uses Prowler from Spider-Man. November 17th, Simon Hypixel reacquires his IP Hytale from Riot Games and continues production of it, set to release in early access on January 13th. New speculation arises as Markiplier is accused of cheating in FNAF 2. A minor drama, Mark's video that is being claimed as cheated is more than 10 years old. YouTube exposes themselves for AI usage and template copy-paste errors. This is after they vehemently claim they do not use such templates, and that all of their responses on Twitter are from humans that authentically type, leading people to be convinced that the only way to actually get in contact with the representative on YouTube is now just AI.
There's a lot of replies they make, which are AI generated. We don't really believe that there's a real person on the other side of the screen. And there was a YouTube employee who I talked to who vehemently insisted to me, like, trust me, dude, it's always a human on the other side of the screen. We have never, ever used AI generated responses on X. We don't plan to. And, we send like 10,000 plus messages a week. So sometimes we have to use, the same playbooks and stuff like that. Well, they just accidentally revealed exactly what type of playbook that they're using. Woke up this morning to a tweet from Endermanch, and he basically said they will 100% delete the tweet. So that's an oopsie that happened here. And the tweet is from Team YouTube, and it says, heard back and confirming the video will remain down for insert termination reason and link to specific policies help center article. You can also read through the email sent for more info on the policy. We know this wasn't the outcome you're looking for, but really appreciate your understanding. They accidentally just left this part that is supposed to be, filled in by basically another human, and they just, put it here. So now we know that anytime Team YouTube tweets at us, like, what is this, like 80% of the tweet is just a copy and paste.
Donald Trump changes his mind and decides to actually release the Epstein files now. Totally will be the full authentic showing of what they were trying to hide. Hytale gameplay is revealed, and we got more gameplay from Simon in a few weeks than the entirety of Riot's team put out in years. Has-Been Hotel Season 2 is released on the 29th. David is finally considered a murder suspect in the ongoing case of Celeste's death. iShowSpeed wins the Streamer of the Year award for 2025. Cambridge Dictionary revealed their word of the year is parasocial. Pokimane has a take that gets her called a hypocrite when she posts on Twitter stating, she misses when streaming used to be about gaming, and not just drama and clip farming. This gets her huge backlash to the point where she deleted the original post. Many people would state she was one of the first people to pioneer the drama baiting style of streaming. Old school RuneScape adds the sailing skill, the first ever new skill added to the game, adding shipwreck looting and ship combat. Cosplayer Squid Kid tragically ends their life at 19 after racist remarks and harassment on her cosplay. Sadly, this type of harassment is a fairly common thing for black cosplayers. Rumors circulate that Bill Clinton was referred to as Bubba in the Epstein files. This was later debunked. Undertale speedrunner Shay gets exposed for PDF allegations, where he has over 20+ victims in a 262-page doc, where it shows his creepy sex pest behaviors. He lost his leader role in Discord, deactivated his Blue Sky, privated his Twitter, and got all of his runs taken down. People start to have concerns with the Steam machine, worrying the price will be more than $600. The Roblox CEO has a creepy interview that just shows how unhinged he is.
I mean, look, I can tell you're getting a little bit frustrated here.
I'm actually not frustrated. I'm so excited to talk. I thought we were going to be talking about funny things in the industry and all of that. So I'm not frustrated. I'm just kind of figuring out how much fun time I have with you guys and how much fun time we have versus kind of this super focus.
Got it.
You're confident that the technology has gotten good enough that you can use it to do moderation at a platform of Roblox's scale.
The scale we're at is absolutely mind-boggling right now, like absolutely mind-boggling. And every system, image review, text review, all of that constantly getting better and better. So say you and I, we're a system, what is the best way to review every single image going into Roblox at higher and higher quality? And say we figured out the best way to do that is to do it with better and better AI models. Would you pick that?
Yeah.
Good. So you're aligning with what we did. High five.
But I've also been covering social networks.
Thank you for supporting. Thank you for supporting our Roblox decision matrix.
I also remember 15 years ago.
I'm so glad you guys are aligned with the way we won Roblox.
The first footage of Diddy in prison surfaces. Pokimane buys an engagement ring and gets married to herself for some reason. Casey Tron settles with Ethan Klein, paying him and making an apology video. Within the video, she would state that Hassan didn't help her with legal troubles or fund her lawyers. YouTuber Ink Slasher gets accused of stealing a video from a smaller creator named Even Bad Wolves Gaming, who is also a layer. Bad Wolves would show a side-by-side comparison to her video and the video she accuses Ink Slasher of taking, where Ink Slasher's 42-minute video had over 30 minutes of her footage. Other parts of the video being taken from another YouTuber gamer's little playground. He has not cooperated with settling out of court. Brandon Buckingham is reported to be in the hospital for possible liver failure, stating he could be dying. He launches a GoFundMe for help. The goal was $75,000, and it has reached over $320,000. Campbell's Soup puts their vice president on leave after a recording surfaces of him trashing the Campbell's product, stating the soup is highly processed, uses 3D printed meat, and is made for poors, as well as insulting his Indian employees, and stating he uses edibles before clocking into work. And in a work of black magic, the employee who whistle-blowed gets fired from the company. Fortnite creator Cypher PK opens up about his divorce, stating that now that time has passed, he feels focused and motivated for the future. Skibidi Toilets creator has lost creative control of his series to Michael Bay's company, Invisible Narratives, even gaining access to the YouTube channel. Influencer Andrew Tate has been reported to have liquidated all of his crypto, losing nearly $800,000. Iron Mouse gets banned from her own subreddit after a rogue mod power trips, giving an extremely vague reason for why she was banned. This would happen on an unofficial subreddit for her. She would then make an official subreddit where she is mod and where people can move over to. A man from China divorces his wife after finding out she sent all of their life savings to a streamer. They were in a long-distance relationship for 8 years, sending all of his money to his wife while he lived minimally. He would eventually ask to check in on the account where he dropped money into. She would refuse before breaking down, then eventually admitted she donated all of the $163,000 to a male streamer. Streaming platform Kix permanently banned Sam Pepper. This would come after he shoots a firework at a young girl in India. The firework would actually blind her in one eye permanently. The One Piece manga could be coming to an end after 28 years, since the creator Eiichiro Oda shows a flashback to Shanks with an eye patch. This is worth noting because he stated the ending to One Piece will come when there is a pirate with an eye patch, and he hasn't shown one until now. 2 National Guard members were shot and injured by a single gunman during the daylight patrol of Washington, D.C. He was subdued until police arrived. He was later identified as a criminal alien from Afghanistan. This would in turn lead to a review of Afghan immigration protocols. The R-Art incident. Basically, a poster got banned from the subreddit because they used the word print in a post, which violated a rule of the subreddit r/art. The poster apologized and asked the mods to undo the banning, and the mod refused and deleted all of the poster's previous posts on the subreddit. The poster, frustrated, published this conversation with the mod on social media. It went viral, and the mod started getting a lot of negative attention. In response, he kicked off all the other moderators and deleted himself as a moderator as well, leaving the subreddit no longer without moderation. The mod that had this meltdown would eventually delete their account. Ariana Grande looks concerningly skinny after Wicked. Amazon adds an AI-generated English dub to an anime called Banana Fish, getting tremendous backlash, many saying the English dub is unwatchable.
And with that, the 2025 season comes to an end. Good night.
December is still ongoing and halfway done, but there is still plenty of drama. I kind of want to summarize this because my CapCut is holding more weight than Atlas himself. On December 2nd, Nina Lin gets banned again, making it her 3rd ban this year. The cause was her getting into a heated altercation with another woman. Streamer Low Tier God becomes even more hated by the internet after he makes disgusting comments about his potential daughter, making people call him out for being a deadbeat dad, despite him saying it's an inferior thing to be. I would show footage, but he has gone on record before threatening copyright strikes and false flags for people who use his footage or any footage of him. On December 11th, Markiplier drops another trailer for his movie Iron Lung. Corey X Kenshin fans become upset he is more focused on making a manga than YouTube videos. He was not able to complete his YouTube upload quota, and fans call him out on it since he promised that quota, undermining the fact that he is working on his manga project. Next Playground, an unknown motion control console that is targeted towards kids, just outsold Xbox during Black Friday. It hit 3rd place in most sold consoles during the period, first being PS5 and second being Switch 2. The price range of the next console is around $200 to $250, while the Series X ranges from $370 to $449. So they got outsold because Nex is just way more affordable. December 10th, Australia bans everyone who is 16 years of age and below from the internet. This is in an aim to protect children from cyberbullying and harmful content by preventing them from accessing these platforms. Covered platforms include, but are not limited to, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, X, Twitter, Reddit, Kick, and Twitch. On December 13th, American actor and professional wrestler John Cena retires from wrestling. Company Micron announces they will no longer sell RAM to consumers, electing to only market towards AI companies, causing huge worldwide shock, signaling that RAM prices will increase. Rumors of Sony no longer making SSDs for consumers start to float around as well. A Japanese studio goes viral After it comes out, they require artists to draw in front of them in order to prove they do not use AI prompts. I don't know if this is linked to her previous altercation, but Nina Lin gets banned from Twitch yet again for shoplifting, stealing various things, steak, cake, and shoes. Chris Hansen does an interview with the Florida Attorney General suing Roblox criminally, and it's indirectly confirmed Roblox had such negligence protecting their platform that it almost seems intentional. It is also revealed that Roblox has known about specific creeps and took no actions through fear it would hurt their business growth. Pokimane gets attention for instantly stopping on a clip of Hassan pulling his previous dog's tail. She would skip this clip instantly. Viewers would interpret this as her knowing what the clip is, knowing Hassan is abusive to animals, and still collaborating with him just days after. Twitch streamer Rakai gets banned from Twitch for 2 years because he shoplifted some flowers and gifted them to a lady. He is 17 and will be unbanned at 19. Netflix has bought Warner Brothers. The purchase was approximately $82.7 billion. The Streamer Awards was very awkward. Firstly, Adapt gets Breakout Streamer of the Year, and then India Love goes on stage and interrupts proceedings, stating that Rakai should have won instead. She would be booed off stage and later be kicked out of the event. Many would have compared this moment to Kanye West. Some terrible jokes were said as well, the most notable ones being towards Kai Cenat, insulting his haircut and comparing him to Diddy, and shock collar jokes to Hassan. Metroid Prime 4 released December 4th, and this desert is long as hell, and this Redditor won't shut the fuck up, and speaks like he is a Ready Player One character. There is rumors of a $30 amiibo that gives you music for the silent dreadful rides through the desert. But don't worry, this was later debunked. You actually need to 100% the game before you get desert music instead. Oh yeah, back to Streamer Awards. A VTuber called the Burnt Peanut wins VTuber of the Year, and people are really pissed that Iron Mouse did not win, stating that his model is not a quote-unquote real model. But Iron Mouse comes to his defense, saying that he deserved to win just like everyone else nominated. An artist gets exposed for using AI. There is a new method of making AI art that is a little bit more difficult to detect, where you generate an AI image, but trace over it. Experienced artists know that the line art process is not so perfect, and is in fact very messy. Anyways, the artist was exposed on VGeneral, an artist platform that very much hates and never allows AI-generated art. So much to the point that the only way to get in is by being vetted in, or asking the already existing community. The artist in question goes by Asami Arts. Ms. Kif makes weird TikToks as he tries to come back from his situation with Emmy Rue. He later this month announces he will be streaming on Kick as well.
Like at Kick is like, yo, you got allegations? We all got allegations over here at Kick. Come through, bruh. Come, bruh. Like, who the fuck?
The game Postal Bullet Paradise has been cancelled by the developers after being exposed for using AI-generated pixel art. The publisher of the game is also very anti-AI. One of the game's co-owners would release fake speed paint footage and insult anyone who calls out the game for using AI visuals. Running with scissors, game's publisher would cancel the game after just 24 hours, and the company making the game would soon shut down. Furrybait 2 Zootopia 2 reaches $1 billion globally. Authorities in Bali had arrested Bonnie Blue, along with 17 male tourists, for allegedly violating Indonesia's morality laws, facing a hefty penalty of £270,000 and a 15-year prison sentence, but walking away in the end, only paying a £9 fine. YouTube's CEO makes a statement, expanding their AI moderation. McDonald's in the Netherlands makes an AI ad that essentially says, "Christmas is horrible, spend it in McDonald's instead." It gets major backlash, and is exacerbated even more when the people who made it defend it vigorously, as if prompting Sora 2 to make a video ad takes more work than people actually acting, and production crews actually using their brain to make scenes, chroma key in post, and making sure sound design is good. A new VTuber trend sprouts up, mainly caused by XQC reacting to Burnt Peanut, in which Peanut states in a possible joking manner VTubers are 40-year-old men and pretending to be anime girls on the internet. XQC agrees with the statement, saying most VTubers are disgusting and ugly, which is why they don't show their face. Many VTubers would surprisingly post their faces and reveal themselves, most of which being attractive females. December 15th, Rob and Michelle Reiner are found dead in their LA home. Nick Reiner is responsible for the deaths of his parents, legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner, and producer Michelle Singer Reiner. The 32-year-old son was seen having an argument with his father at a holiday party Saturday at Conan O'Brien's home, according to a source familiar with the incident as written by CNN.